everyone, and welcome to the newest edition of my television show, 4 More Years.
Hey, what do you mean your show, 4 More Years?
My show.
Don't worry, Danny. Just ignore him. He's been doing that a lot lately. Like the other day, he said that he was going to Middleton, but he called it his book palace.
Okay, there's a lot of things wrong with you. Anyway, we have a great show planned for y'all this week. Sorry we didn't have a show last week, but Pat just could not wait to get to Auburn to watch our football team. What'd you call it? Pull off the greatest Cinderella story of the year?
That's right. Well, first off, Danny, it's my football team. But yeah, I may have been a little off on that one. It didn't go exactly the way I pictured it, but it was still pretty good.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Because we got smoked. I could count all of the positives from that game on one finger.
What are you guys talking about? I was talking about me going to Auburn to kiss a girl from LSU and Auburn at the same time. Hence the name, The Greatest Cinderella Story of the Year.
Okay, well, that's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. But what do you mean that it didn't go the way you pictured it?
Well, one of the girls didn't go to LSU or Auburn, as a matter of fact. I don't actually know where she came from, but she lapped down my lips like a Venus flytrap.
Oh, that's disgusting.
All right,
Yeah.
and the other girl? What about her?
Well, that's actually a tough question to answer because it was either Ellen DeGeneres or Joe. I couldn't really be sure. It was dark and we were in a bar. So.
Well, Ellen DeGeneres hasn't kissed boys since the 80s, so I guess we know the answer.
Fair point.
Yeah. When you were in Auburn, did everyone throw corn dogs at you?
Oh, yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, sure. Auburn, LSU, on my way to the bank, in the library. I get corn dogs thrown at me a lot, Danny. You of all people should know that.
Yeah, why would Danny know that?
Well, because Danny has a dog. But now that you mention it, the corn dog thing was really getting on Joe's nerves when we were making the trip. I think he said he was going to make like a video blog about it or something.
Great. Another video of Joe being sad in his room alone. I guess let's look at it.
Hello everyone, my name's Joe, and today I'm here to talk about something that happened over the weekend when I took a trip to watch my Fighting Tigers take on the Auburn War Eagles. A lot of the Auburn fans were calling me and my fellow LSU fans corn dogs, which some people find funny, but I find extremely offensive, and I'd love for it to stop now. I'm going to go over a few reasons that I think this is extremely hurtful to the reputation. Number one, it doesn't really make sense. It makes almost zero sense. We make fun of Alabama people because we say funny stuff like, oh, if you go to Alabama, you definitely love your sister, or you love your cousin, and you would definitely marry her, because that makes sense. That's a thing that can actually happen. When you call someone a corn dog, I'm at a loss for words. I just don't understand how a person could be a corn dog. What? Like when they call you a corn dog, what's that mean? You taste better at Sonic than if they were to just eat you from the grocery store? Because that's all I get out of that. Another thing, corn dogs are just like, they're good food. It's not even an insult. And when people use bad insults towards me, it makes me even more upset at them. Like when I take a corn dog, I put it on a plate, I will probably put it in the microwave 50, 60 seconds. I take it out, I want to eat it. Now, every time I eat that, I think of obnoxious fans from other universities. For instance, the other day, I was cooking up a really mean corn dog. Like, this guy was fully loaded beef. And the first bite I took, I just realized it's not what they used to be. It's not what a corn dog used to be to me. And because of that, I don't think that I can ever really appreciate what a corn dog is anymore. Thank you all for listening to this video. I hope we all learned something from it. This isn't a rant. This isn't supposed to be something that comes off as mean or harsh or Joe's really bitter. This is just something I'm pushing out to humanity. Because right now, the way I see it, it goes, biggest problem in America, probably the immigration conflict, deforestation, and then this corn dog thing is third, definitely. Might even be second because deforestation's not really even a big deal anymore. So thanks again for listening. Have a great day.
Wow, Danny, that was really impressive. You predicted exactly what was going to happen in that.
That's not impressive. Anyone that's known Joe for more than 40 seconds knows all of his videos are the exact same. Joe's sad about corn dogs, or Joe's sad that his little sister keeps using Taekwondo to bully him, or Joe's sad that no one wants to give him Ebola, or Joe's sad that Jack won't kiss him. It's the same song and dance every time.
Yeah. I actually have to agree with Pat on this one. And now that I think about it, I haven't heard from Joe in a while. I don't know if you guys have, but I think we should take a quick break. I'm going to call him.
He calls me every day. What are you talking about? All right. So what do you guys want to talk about until the next commercial break, then?
I don't know. Why don't we go to commercial break right now?
Yeah, we could. That would be good.
Okay, so some girl in front of me in class today was talking about that Ebola thing, and I kind of think it's a big deal. It seems like it.
Idiots. Ebola isn't real. It's a disease created by the
today.
government to scare the people into voting, just like swine flu and the Mad Libs disease.
It's mad cow disease, and both of those things are extremely real, and I think I've had one of them. But Ebola might even be worse than both of them. Even the name is really threatening.
Yeah, I don't really think the name is threatening. It kind of just sounds like you're about to tell someone what kind of cereal you want.
Yeah, it does. Kind of like I'd like a bowl of Rice Krispies, or I'd like a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
I
You
love
know?
Fruity Pebbles.
Wow, those were some really good examples of cereals.
Okay, so speaking of threatening, I decided, come here, to start taking my dog with me everywhere.
You
Come
had
here.
a dog here?
The whole time?
It was under the desk.
Like, we don't know that much about Ebola, so I don't know that it's not just some person that's trying to, like, attack me. So I decided that I was just gonna have this guard dog.
Danny, I think you know a lot less about Ebola than all of us.
Okay, this is Mushu. She's 13, and she's deaf. But, I mean, she's a pretty good guard dog. I mean, she can show her teeth and kind of scare people away.
Dog.
Go away, Ebola!
I thought that was a warthog when I saw it. I'm so glad you've clarified. She is kind of scary, though.
Yeah, her face should do the trick. She looks like Anwar Sadat.
Oh, all right. Well, she has feelings, guys. She can't hear you, but she can feel the negative vibes. She's a nice lady. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to give Marcy and Pat a little attitude adjustment and a little lesson in manners. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
OBGYNs are completely made up. They're not real. Hovercrafts, don't even get me started on hovercrafts. And to top it all off, we never even actually landed on the moon. It was all filmed in Hollywood.
Okay, whoa, Pat. There is no way that you actually believe that the lunar landing was filmed.
In
Yeah,
Hollywood.
Marcy, just let him talk until he runs out of breath. And if he doesn't, I know where Joe keeps some chloroform here in the studio in case like he catches someone off guard.
No, I'm being dead serious, guys. It's a huge conspiracy. I've been reading about it during my history classes. All the astronauts were just actors. I heard that the only reason Neil Armstrong was the first one on the moon is because Buzz Aldrin couldn't remember his lines.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay, talk all you want about how all these real things are actually fake, but I refuse to believe that you actually think that Buzz Aldrin, astronaut, was not smart enough to remember the words, one small step for mankind, one giant leap for man.
Okay, Marcy, you just proved Pat right. Here to talk a little bit more about his feelings, we have the poor man's Michael Cera, Joe Hagan.
Okay, so everyone here knows the conspiracy about how Steven Spielberg directed the original lunar landing. Guess what? It's a bunch of baloney, and I can prove it to you right here, right now. Everyone knows that people in Hollywood love when people talk about them. One thing that not a lot of people know is that movie directors are no exception. It's so true. Why else would James Cameron have spent hundreds of millions of dollars making a weird movie about blue lizards with long blue ponytails? I mean, common folk like us do it too, don't we? If you've ever beaten a classmate for the highest grade in the class, after you get that test grade back, you're telling everyone and their mother about it until you inevitably fail your next test because you were still bragging about the last one. In Hollywood, it's the exact same. That's how I know that Spielberg didn't direct that moon landing, because if he did, the second that George Lucas started getting some buzz over that Star Wars thing, you know that Spielberg would have opened his huge yapper to the whole world. Let me show you how that first conversation would have gone in a little sneak peek. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Yeah, I just saw that new Star Wars movie. It was really incredible. And Spielberg would have been like, oh, yeah, it was really cool, huh? Special effects were probably off the chain. Because you know what else is cool? A few years ago, when I said that I had to spend 2 weeks at my niece's bat mitzvah in Tampa Bay, what I was really doing was filming the first steps on the moon, son. I don't even have family in Florida. If you were my real friend, you would have known that. But, I mean, come on, guys. He literally would have been able to pull that fun fact out for the rest of his life. Don't believe me? I got another scenario. Hey, Stevie, that movie Titanic earned like $8.5 million in its first day. Guess a lot of people really wanted to see it. And again, Spielberg would have come in, oh yeah, a lot of people wanted to see Titanic on opening day. Guess what else is really impressive? Having an entire nation on the edge of their seats while they're watching me direct history. How you like that, Titanic? Well, you were recreating history. I was making it. I'm getting off topic with my Spielberg analogies or situations, but the point is, there's no way that the original moon landing was directed in a studio. If I didn't deliver enough hard facts for you just then, let me put it this way. There is no way in hell that the same guy that directed one of the greatest moments in American history could also make a film called Real Steel starring Hugh Jackman. My point's been made. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me.
Wow, Joe, thank you for that completely illegitimate rant. I can tell you wasted all of your time thinking that one up.
Well, it wasn't a complete waste of time because now I'm a total believer, so that makes much more sense now that you've spelled it out for me like that. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense, honestly.
All right, everybody. Well, that's our show for tonight.